Some weekends change sports forever, not because of one athlete, not because of one championship or one game, but because everything happens at once. This weekend was absolutely crazy in the sport world. We had records broken that have been standing for 50 years. We had championships won of droughts that have gone for 50 and 20 years. Everything happened this weekend, and we are going to cover it all. And later in life, you're going to ask yourself, where were you the week of June 12th through June 14th? One of history, the greatest history of sports weekends. We're going to cover it all today. We had the World Cup with USA. We had the NBA Finals. We had Formula One, where Lewis Hamilton got his first win in a Ferrari car. We had NCAA track and field records broken. We had the College World Series. We had USA 250 freedom at the White House. Regardless of what you think about that, we're going to get into every single one of it. Nothing in America screams America like sports do. We're going to start with the UFC 250. Look at this view here. Look at this. You had USA 250 take place at the White House. Look at this. That is greatness right there. An event has never taken place like this at the White House. That is just an amazing way to kick off the end of a fantastic weekend. We're going to start with the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks secured their first championship in 50 years. You had celebrities like Timothy Chalamet, Spike Lee, Ben Stiller, all in attendance to watch the Knicks win their first championship. And you can tell after the game, when they won that championship, how important it was to them and how each and every single one of them wanted to celebrate. It had been a long time coming since the NBA championships had been won in New York City. As you know, I covered this video one or two videos ago, and you could just tell that New York was going to erupt. That New York was going to erupt when they won that championship. It was phenomenal. How the players celebrated, how the city celebrated its winnings. Like, look at Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, and how the fellas celebrated. There's just so much in the air for sports this weekend, and it's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. The picture quality. And we're not even going to start to talk about Jalen Brunson's and the struggles that he has been through with that New York Knicks team. We know everybody said Jalen Brunson was too small. We know that everybody said Jalen Brunson would not win a championship. So you know what he did? He went out and proved every single one of those dollars wrong. He showed them that it can be done. This should be a picture for the Damian Lillards. This should be a picture for all those small guards out there to just lock in and get it done. Jalen Brunson would go on to score 45 points. 45 points in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. And just look at this graphic that somebody made.
We can talk about it now. You're a champion. What is this moment feeling like to you? Take your time.
This man has no words. No words in the post-game interview.
Jalen Brunson erases that and delivers a championship to New York City. He is officially the greatest New York Knickerbocker of all time.
Now, this is where we begin. This is where we begin the chat. Is Jalen Brunson the greatest New York Knick to ever play the game? We'll get into that in a later video. We're going to cover the rest of the sporting world right now. You had NHL hockey going on this weekend as well. You would have the Carolina Hurricanes win their first Stanley Cup in, I believe, 24 years. 24 years. It was absolutely crazy the things that were going on. And all these things are happening in very storied buildings, right? You had UFC going on at the White House. You had the track and field event going on in Eugene, Oregon, where the Nike factory is out there in Eugene, Oregon. You had some of the biggest events going on. You had Formula One in Barcelona. You had the World Cup in the United States. You had United States win a World Cup game on U.S. soil. That is absolutely crazy to me. That is absolutely crazy. You have Let's get into the Carolina Hurricanes winning their first Stanley Cup, though. The celebrations, the embracing, all of the hard work paying off for a season long journey. You had emotions spilling over in each and every single one of these videos. It is absolutely an honor to say that I was I witnessed some of these events live every single day just to see the joy and the happiness and the hard work pay off for some of these athletes in today's game is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. D- Lewis Hamilton couldn't contain how happy he was when he won his first event as a Ferrari player, right? As you know, Formula One has been dominated by the new rookie Kimi Antonelli. He has won almost every single Formula One event except the first one, where George Russell won when he was still in Mercedes car. Mercedes has dominated this year, but Lewis Hamilton, he went to Ferrari and got his first victory this weekend. Look at how happy it is. Look how he celebrates with this Ferrari team. It's just astounding. It's astounding. There is no place, there's nothing in the world like sports. There's nothing in the world like sports. Nothing that gets people going like a huge storyline, right? And speaking of storylines, now we're going to get into the NCAA track and field. You had a world record broken. You had several NCAA records broken. The first coming up is going to be Jacoby Tharp. He broke the world record in the 110-meter hurdles. A world record hadn't been broken in the NCAA championship in over 50 years. I believe it's been 52 years and 5 days since the last time a record was broken at an NCAA championship. And you know what Jacoby Tharp did? He did it in the preliminaries. He went out and broke a world record in the preliminaries. Not only did he break the record in the preliminaries, he would go on to win the championship in the event. So he showed up during the preliminaries and then delivered in the championship race as well. Look at the reaction.
Good start for Tharp. Great start for Campbell in Arkansas. Now here comes Tharp asserting himself. His dominance. He just made an amazing move between hurdle 3 and 4, and he was going for that time. Look at this.
Was to execute. That's all he had, was to go out there and execute. He executed so well that he went out and broke the world record. Like, it gives me chills. All the things that took place this weekend and all of the different stages that I got to see across the different boards. You got Adashi Hodge. She went out there and broke Shakira Richardson's 100-meter record for the NCAA track and field. I believe Shakari did it in 10. Shakari broke the record when she was over there at LSU. She did it in 10.75 seconds. Adaji Hodge did it in 10.63 seconds. These are all future athletes. These are all future Olympians that we're watching live at championship events at this NCAA track and field. She had no idea that she had even broken the record. She was running as fast as she could, and at the end of the race, she didn't even look at her time, nothing. You know what she did? She ran straight into the tunnel. Straight into the tunnel. She was like, all right, business is business. I did what I needed to do. Time to go prep for that next event. She ran straight into the tunnel. She had no idea that she had even broken the record. It's actually crazy. Actually crazy. And the last of the record, the NCAA records broken this weekend, was in the 200-meter. Jaden Reed, LSU. As you can see, the SEC dominated the track and field event. We're going to do a breakdown of everything that went on in NCAA track and field in a separate video. We're going to get into the minute details on how Auburn was able to take the crown in the NCAA track and field. I just had to go over a quick few of these highlights. Here you have Jaden Reed going and beating the NCAA 200-meter record. He would do it in about 43 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. 19.63 seconds. The 43.38 was a different record. Jordan Reed, 19.63 second record. It was previously held by Walter Dix at a 19.69. It was actually crazy watching this, watching the fans, watching everybody get involved in these different events is absolutely mind blowing, absolutely mind blowing. And of course, I saved the best for last. You had USA versus Paraguay. I believe they played in California on the West Coast on U.S. soil. Future opened up for the event. Another monumental moment in history. Let's get into how America is going to open up against Paraguay in this World Cup event. It was actually like I am so excited to see what U.S. can bring to the table, what Pulisic can bring, what Boligan can bring. Boligan would go on and score two goals in this World Cup event. When USA wins when USA loses the opening match in the World Cup, they never make it out of the group stage. You know what they went out and did? They went out there and executed. They will walk away with a 4-1 victory. 4-1 victory against this Paraguay team. And it was absolutely electric. Pulisic, he was aggressive. They made the correct plays. They made sure that they played great defense. They executed on so many different levels to ensure that we got this win. This is the most hyped I am for USA Soccer. This is the best they've looked in a long time. They're aggressive on defense. They execute. They make sure that they're passing to the right man. There was one play where they made 26 passes before getting a goal. Like, look at Bulligan. He's just slicing that defense, slicing. I'm glad that this man decided to play for Team USA because if he was on the fence, right? He had a couple different countries he could play for, but you know what he did? He chose the greatest country to represent in the FIFA World Cup. And lastly, you got this last goal just to put a stamp on it, just to say, hey, we are Team USA and we are here to stay. We are here to stay. Oh, this weekend, I'm glad that I got to witness every single event. I'm glad that I got to be a part of the greatest history of sports. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned because we will be breaking down each and every single one of these categories in later videos. We're going to break down Lewis Hamilton and what that means for the Ferrari and if he can come back for the rest of the season. I believe he is only 40 points down from first place right now. We're going to break down NCAA track and field and how Jacoby Tharp is a 4-time champion, twice in indoor and twice in outdoor in his events. We're going to get to the NBA Finals where Jalen Brunson scored 45 points, but we have to see because Jalen Brunson, he did win Finals MVP, but we can make an argument that OG Anunoby could have won it too. He went out there, he scored 30 points twice. In game 3 or 4, I believe, he was 7 for 9 from the 3-point line. He had the game-winning tip-in one of those games. There's so many different things going on. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, and don't forget, you guys thought that I forgot where the bread and butter is. NCAA football is coming back. We are less than 80 days away from NCAA football. We got a lot of things cooking up for that. We have the top 10 quarterbacks in the league, top 10 receivers in the league. We're going to break down the best offenses. We're going to break down pro football focus. We're going to get into all of this. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm here for it all. Sports coverage. We're deep in the game. Stay tuned for more.